Bunbury Cup at the Bunbury Turf Club is going to be on Saturday, 7th of March, which is only this week when we post it, which is very exciting. So I brought on Kyle Potter, who is a manager of the Bunbury Turf Club, to get a little bit more information. Welcome to the podcast, Kyle.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for having me.
Bring that mic right up in front of you.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
So right now it is what day is it today? Wednesday. So Wednesday, the week before Bunbury Cup.
Yeah.
So your job must be fucking crazy at the moment.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't got there yet. Like racing tomorrow, so that's hectic. But
racing here tomorrow?
Yeah, here tomorrow.
Okay.
So yeah, get through that, and then as you see, like the tents have been setting up. So it's not too bad. It's probably towards the end of next week that it cranks up a bit. Like Thursday, Friday, it's getting the last jobs done.
Man.
But my job out there is actually pretty cruisy. Like. Once the track's done, it's just coming here and set up, really. So.
Right. And so I'm guessing, full disclosure, my first job at 14 for about a year and a half was a stable hand at Gia Dresco's down in Stratham there. So I know a little bit about horses, but I know more about drinking piss at the races. Yep. I'm guessing that your job, as far as the actual track itself goes, is quite an intricate, technical understanding and knowledge? Yeah,
it probably gets... throw it on the radar a bit, like people say, oh, you just cut grass and all that. But in terms of like animal welfare, horse welfare, the tracks have to be to a certain standard to race on. If not, you hear about it. And, there's been incidents probably the last 6 months that proved that in Perth. Had a few issues in that. And, so there's not necessarily rules and regulations or this, and this, but there's a lot of little things that go into it, and it's a 24-hour job that you got to get done. So it's pretty full on. Interesting.
I just had a quick look at the track as we were coming past, and it looks like the turf itself looks like it's quite like tall.
Yeah. So like when people walk out, they're like, oh shit, like this is very long. So we cut. That's about 4.5 inches.
Okay.
We cut 5 inches. Cut it yesterday at 5 inches. So that's probably the thing too. Like you look at this, like you learn about cricket wickets and cricket outfields and golf courses, and they're cutting grass to.
I thought that's what it all was.
6 mil, yeah. So here, like the cushion, it plays a massive part in how soft the ground is. So. It's a flip side of same sort of deal with grass, but a different sort of concept. Like you go to TAFE and you never learn about racetracks. Like it's
sort of a field of its own.
Unique, its own. So, I probably you just pick it up as you learn through it, and then do your time where you need to, and pick it up as you go along. But like this is most tracks race anywhere between probably 3 inches to 5 inches. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And it does vary. Like in summer, it's very important to have the cushion because it's so hot. So you're trying to flood the water on to soften it up. But whereas winter, it's raining, it's already soft underground. So if you've got your track at 3 inches and there's not that much cushion on it, it's okay.
Oh, so you sort of have like your cushion above ground and your cushion below ground? And you're
to a degree.
Like, as in, like with the moisture underground, you get a little bit of cushioning there as well?
Yeah. So probably the more you water, the more they sort of chip it out and get into it. So, and like I said, depends what time of year. Depends where you are in Australia. Like, Melbourne's completely different to here, and Perth's different to here anyway. So
interesting. You mentioned obviously there's the aesthetic appeal of it, which probably doesn't matter that much in the grand scheme of things. The animal welfare. How does animal welfare factor into it? Just constantly think that mic's got to be in front of you, otherwise it's
sweet.
You can move that arm as much as you want. Don't worry.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Probably just more of how do I say it? Like the turf and the ground has to be like we want it to be soft, like for that cushion to have under their feet. Otherwise, horses are pulling up sore, jarring up, coming lame. Injuries can occur, stuff like that. It's probably just like if you went for a run on concrete and then you ran on an oval, like it's completely different. Your knees might start to jar up and all that. So that's probably the side of it. Like we rate our tracks to a certain standard when we race. So like there's your readings you take in the morning. So to get it to that standard, it requires like your moisture, your height, your grass, and all that sort of stuff. So and that all relates back to how firm it is, how soft it is. So if you have a really firm track, then horses are not going to like it. You know what I mean?
And then obviously that trickles up to the jockey, to the trainer, and then to you.
Yeah, to me. Yeah.
Interesting.
And
okay.
I'm the last guy that cops it.
Yeah. So obviously, horses are training here every day. Yeah. So how do you maintain the track between obviously you sort of want the race day to be absolutely primo, like tomorrow you want it primo.
Yeah.
They're out there every morning chopping it up.
Yeah, so they don't work on the grass every day, so we got those 2 tracks on the inside.
Oh, okay.
So I open the grass on a Tuesday morning, so that opens up and we probably get 35 on there, and we just charge them a fee to use it, so that restricts it a little bit.
Right.
Because otherwise if you get 100 on there every week, which does happen in other places, like, but we probably have to lessen it here because our track's so tight. Like this is only a 20 metre wide track, whereas Perth's 35 metres wide, so almost double the size. So, yeah, we've got a 20 metre wide sand fibre track, which is a mix of sand and carpet fibres.
Yep.
So they love it here. So we just irrigate that at night. And then on the inside of that's a second sort of jog track, sand track they just jog around on.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we probably only have... on a good morning, maybe just over 100. Then the quieter mornings might be 50, 60 here.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah. Well, if you go to like Melbourne, Flemington's got 600 horses a morning. Like Mornington's got 450. Perth's got 300.
Dude,
like,
what the fuck?
Yeah. So
where are these horses coming from?
Yeah, I know. There was a lot of racing. Like we race. Perth, you race probably 4 times a week, 5 times a week. But in Melbourne and that, you're racing every day. Like there's races. Like could be country, could be anywhere.
Crazy.
Yeah. So the population's like massive.
So I'm realizing I'm coming to this very green. Like the thing that I go, 'cause I'm like a businessman doing through, right? I'm just seeing all the money. Now, obviously on Cup Day, every horse has to be trained by someone. Every horse has to live somewhere.
Yeah.
And then obviously you've got you come here, you've got the drink sales, you've got the food, you've got the ticket, you got the gate, you've got all of that. Like this industry must have like so many different echelons to it, because obviously you've got the people who are going to race tomorrow, then you got the people going to race at Bunbury Cup, then you got the people going to race at fucking Melbourne,
Well, you kind of had everyone sort of travels from everywhere, I guess. So the Perth guys are always going to come here for Bunbury Cup Day, for tomorrow's meeting, for all the time. So there's probably the thing down here that is awesome for the local guys is most of them have properties, so the horses are looked after amazingly. They're on massive properties, get treated well, and then they come and train here, but they also probably train a bit at home. So the good trainers that have the big properties, they probably come here 2-3 times a week, and the other 2-3 days they're at home doing their stuff at home. So it's like a lot of, we've got the housing over there that has a few sort of boxes and that, but around, most of the people here are pretty well looked after. As soon as you get into the city, there's not as much room, so they're at the track every day. If they're not racing or in a prep, they're probably down here spelling or whatever. So
interesting.
Yeah,
I know Geo's used to have, at the peak when I was there, I was feeding 50 horses.
Yeah.
And like obviously they've got the the ring with the gates where they run around, and they're always doing something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I used
to
most
of them have like a walker. So that's probably what you're saying. Like walking around. Some have like a pool or. They might just have a little sand track or something they can jog around on. But if you're not in the southwest or sort of in that country region, there's not much room for these massive properties. Like between us and Perth's probably pretty lucky. Like all the ones around Lark Hill, Pinjarra are massive, and then you got Swan Valley, there's stuff there. Of course. So that's good. But you go to Melbourne, Sydney, you're like, what are we doing? You got to be 3 hours out of out of the city. So,
what's this is a rookie question. Like horses are around the 500 kilo mark.
Yeah, I think I'd say between 400 and 500. I know some probably are more towards like 450. Probably 450, 500. Yeah, but like it's like people. They're all different sizes.
Yeah, you get big ones and small ones.
Like, I've got a horse at the moment who's this tall, but she's fast. But like she's tiny. Like can barely if you put a big jockey on her, she actually struggles a little bit. But if you get a little one on her,
well, that's probably the thing more to focus on is like these jockeys. Some of them can be fucking tiny.
They are. Some like if they're tall, they're skin and bone, or if they're small, they can have a little bit of chub on them, but they're still they're tiny.
Dude. Such an interesting breed of person as well, you know.
Yeah, well, most of them are horsey people, so like their parents were trainers, their parents were jockeys, and all that type of stuff. So,
and how deep you can get into the. I occasionally catch the reels of there's like some famous, I want to say he's actually Australian, like jockey coach, and he coaches, like it'll be like teenagers, they might be adults and tiny, I don't know, but he'll be like training them like body position and stuff, and the way they sit on the mock horse or whatever it is it's in such a like crazy position, but so just like aerodynamic knees and fucking
it's kind of like riding a bike, I guess. Like you're so like tucked
bike.
in, you're so tucked in. They do that stuff. I've actually, because I worked in Perth before, they've got that little like jockey training room thing. So there's like mechanical horses and stuff with like screens. So they can like ride, and then it's like
a simulator.
Yeah, simulator. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. But they like there's heaps of videos where people go in there that are massive and they just can't do anything. Like it's so hard. Yeah.
Because you're sort of like hoisting yourself up and throwing your weight forward so that the momentum of the horse is throwing you back.
Yeah, like you just like you would have to have such strong like hammies and glutes. Like you just kind of in that squat.
Yeah.
And then I honestly haven't actually like done it properly where you're sort of in that motion, but it'd be crazy.
You've been around horses most of your life?
Not like probably just since I left school. Yeah. So I was a city boy, so grew up in Perth, and then just had a few mates. Like one of my mates, his dad owns horses with SJ Miller, so he's up in Pinjarra. And then my mate, he's a bloodstock agent now, so he sort of buys and sells them at the sales. So he'll buy a horse for 50,000 with like Michael Lane, who's a local trainer at a point up, and then he'll sell that percentage off. So we might
50,000 for a horse.
Well, some of them, one the other day went for 500, I think. Yeah, they go for millions.
Assume all my questions are coming from like I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. Yeah. But what's the value in a horse? How do you make a $500,000 horse?
Probably just a mixture of prize money. It's hard to say. Like just more like breeding value as well. Like so a stallion might be $10,000 if you want to breed with it, and then I guess from there that horse wins races, wins stakes races, wins groups races, then his value goes up.
So it's all like proven results.
In a way, but there's always like a fee you got to pay if you want to sort of, so like a Plain God, which is in Perth, you pay a fee to breed with that horse. And then obviously they breed their own, and then they go to the sales. And then you're paying for that. But
so there's actually a business in that. So you've got king shit horse, and I've got a female.
Yep.
I pay you 10 grand.
Yep.
And then my female they have one at a time?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So then I can then go and sell is it a foal?
Yeah.
Yeah, foal. Yeah. I can sell that foal for whatever, saying that this is king shit's baby.
Yeah. Well, like, because those stud farms have their own sort of setup, so they might have their stallions and mares or whatever. But like I could have a mare and go to you and say, can I breed with that, and then just grow it, like bring it up on your own.
Wow.
But those stud farms, they have foal, then they become a yearling, then they go to yearling sales.
Yep.
And then they're bought there. Yeah.
So how old is a horse before they start racing?
You can race as a 2-year-old. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's a pretty. So say 10 grand today, you can start monetizing that. Speaking strictly business, in as little as 2 to 3 years.
Yeah. Okay. But then, some of them don't come up as 2-year-olds, so then they might race at 3, but then they might have 2 starts at 3 and they're just not ready yet. So then they're 4 and then they're 5, and then most of them, probably don't race 7 or 8 maybe. But there's an old one that's 10, 11 years old, but I think the cutoff now is about 12, I think. Yeah. So you get these old ones coming past. But,
and will you get a 10-year-old racing a 2-year-old, or are they separated by age?
When they start, they're separated, but then as they get better, you go to your like wait for ages and stuff races where it's all like, the 3-year-old carries less weight than the older horse. That makes sense. Of course, yeah. So most, like, you start in your maidens and your class 1s, class 2s and stuff, and then once that horse keeps winning, it keeps going up, and then but some like 3-year-olds will then race against the old horses earlier on, because if it's got that potential or it's been winning, if that makes sense.
You sort of want to give it a not a leg up, but also like an entry into like real racing.
Yeah, but you got to always start from the bottom. So your first races are 2-year-olds are made, and like no one's won a race yet. So then you just keep going up from there.
Yeah, interesting.
So you can get stuck in a maiden for 20 starts and you haven't won a race yet. Like if you it's a slow grind at the start, but then you start getting to your ratings and different sort of stuff happens.
Yeah,
once you win some races. Yeah,
this really feels like you've got to be fucking in it generationally to fully grip it and understand how you would do your own thing in it if you were to do it.
Yeah, it's so hard to like pick it up if you're not like born into it. Like it's taken me. I don't really need to understand it that much, but you still learn like new stuff every day that you don't really hear. But for people that like young guys that trying to train or get into training, like you just need countless amounts of money really to kick into it. Like it's so hard to, like you got to meet a lot of people too. Like you got to get owners to buy you the horses to train as well. Like that's probably the other side of it. So there's a social aspect, and then
the trust element of it. What's your track record? All that sort of things.
Almost like that's why I guess everyone's sort of family orientated, because you might have an uncle who trains. He just flicks you 2 horses to train, and that gets you started, and then you go on from there. But like same as buying a house, like it's just so expensive to start, and then these guys got to buy properties or land or to keep their horses somewhere. It's pretty
well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, where do you sort of start? Like, say if I said, "Oh, fuck, I'm going to be a horse trainer."
Yeah.
Well, I need land, and then I need a horse, I guess, and then you need like I remember with Geos, like they seem to just have all the stuff you would have after doing that for so long.
Yeah.
There might be like a bit of gear that you use twice a year and it costs thousands of dollars, but you're like, oh, we have that because you just have that.
Yeah. Well, like it's sorry, I got sidetracked then. You in WA especially, there's no like on-course stabling, if that makes sense. So there's no like, we're actually going through at the moment about the land we own around here, like what we can do with it. There's no stabling on course, so I can't say I want to train a horse. I can't just come down to Bunbury and say, oh, can I hire out a box like a stables or whatever and so I can leave my horse here and then train here. Whereas if you go to Melbourne and stuff like that, they've got sort of areas where you can hire a box for a horse for say $100 a week.
Yep.
So you can leave your horse at the track, drive there, pick it up, take it in, work it, go home, sort of thing. But we don't have that in WA, which is probably a burden to the young guys. So
is that a regulation thing, or is that just it doesn't exist?
It just doesn't exist. Yeah, we just bit behind in that sort of scheme of things. Like like the big ones is like I think Pakenham in Melbourne. Pakenham.
Yeah. But pretend I do.
Yeah. Well, they're just big sort of setups, so they might have like I don't know, say 500 boxes there. So you can just you pretty much just lease them out, I guess. Pay $100 a week or whatever to keep your horse there.
Yep.
And then you just pretty much pick them up in the mornings and work them at the track. And then you obviously live somewhere else. You can't live there. You just look after the horse there. Yeah.
Wow. So do we have the resources here to do that, do you think?
Yeah, it's a money thing. Like obviously Racing WA always are looking into it. Like ask, I don't know if do you know where Belmont is across the road from Optus? Yeah. So they held all that land and they sold that. That's getting housed now, just normal houses. But Ascot is the same thing. They got a few little blocks of land around it.
Yep.
They don't own it, so it's hard to do that sort of stuff. Like, because you go through the process of, I guess, like feasibility. So, like, is it worth it in the long run? Is it going to make you money? Whereas it doesn't really make you money because you just, you're just hiring out at this little box sort of thing. So
yeah, it feels like the first 20 years would suck, and then everything after that would be awesome.
Would be okay once you make money back. You're probably making a slow profit. Whereas if you build a 10-story bloody high-rise apartment,
$1 million a week in rent.
You're
like, that's better.
It's better. So that's why I hear like we've got all that land around the outside, down the front and stuff. So it's whether we can do stuff with that would be awesome. But because like I've got a couple of young mates who train now. He's just moved out to Benja, but he obviously would have said, if there's boxes here he could hire. Yeah, he would have done that in a heartbeat.
Wouldn't have thought about it. Do that.
Now he's just now he's paying off a property for the rest of his life. So it's hard. It's a hard one to sort of get to. And I mean, like for example, the Perth trainers, they'd probably hire out a few boxes here. So they have some horses down here, horses up there. So and a few staff everywhere, so they can race here when the races are on. Don't have to travel far. Otherwise, they're putting horses on a float and stuff like that.
Yeah, and constantly. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, what's like? Obviously, this is a privately owned business and bit of property, right?
Yeah.
So, what's the age of the Bunbury Turf Club? How long has this been here?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't know. Yeah, it'd be 100 odd years, wouldn't it? I don't know. Yeah,
it feels like given where it is, what size it is, and what this property would be worth right now. Surely, it feels like a forever bit of thing. Like it's
just been sitting here. Yeah,
yeah.
Well, there's all photos and stuff in the. I should actually have a look in the office and that. Like, yeah, the old cups, like years and years ago.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the dates and that were on it. It's one of the things. Like, it's obviously got upgraded a couple of years ago, but. They just sit here, like there's tracks everywhere. They're just kind of just been there forever, and right, like they might be in the middle of the city, but that's just
where they are.
Always been there.
Yeah, because when you think about it, you couldn't do it the other way. You couldn't where would you have enough space to do this in Bunbury again if it wasn't here?
Yeah, you'd have to be out somewhere else.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, if you go to Sydney, like I think Randwick's like in the middle of Sydney, like just and then it's just apartments around and stuff
Melbourne's the same. I remember watching on Melbourne Cup Day, we had like an Airbnb that was facing or maybe like around the corner from our room, but you're just constantly watching helicopters take off and land.
Oh yeah, the ones.
All the fucking rich people coming in and out. It's crazy.
Yeah, because that's like Flemington's like its own suburb. Like I don't know if you've sort of like if you ever look on Google Maps or anything, like it is massive. Like there's like. The whole front of it, they like hire out for festivals and stuff like
really?
There's massive car parks and like it's literally like huge. So their space, like I guess they're close to the city. So yeah, they are sort of enclosed, but there's so much land there that they could you could sell half of it for millions.
Whatever you want, yeah.
But they sort of make that much money off sort of hiring them out, like to people to use.
Yeah, so, of course. And is there much interest in, like, does anything happen here besides horse-related activities, or is this purely horses?
We try and use the area for functions and that, yeah. So, what do we do this year? MGM Bulk had their Christmas party.
Okay.
So we set up for like 350 people or something it was, but that was sort of down that area there. You try to.
Where we were setting up originally to do the podcast is fucking unreal for a view.
Well, that's just the members and that, but you could have Christmas party. You can have like our cricket club might do a presentation night here. Like there's, you can use them for anything. Like we don't really advertise for it, but we sort of like it because the club makes money off it, and it's pretty easy to set up. Everything's set up anyway. So
that's what I'm thinking. You toilets, aircon, bar.
Yeah.
Like, get some food catered. What else do you want?
Yeah.
We're done.
2 staff and that's it. Yeah.
And also you're away from everything. Like, don't get me wrong. Like yours and mine in town is a really good spot. You pay $5,000, you get the whole thing for the night, but you're also in town.
Yeah.
And it's like you lose half the fucking good crowd at 9 o'clock because they're going to go do something else or whatever. Here, you're like, no, you got to stay here and party.
Yeah, you got to stay the whole time. Yeah, it's probably our license as well. I don't know what the deal with. I'd have to ask Alex, but like Alex, we got to sort of put in for a license for those off days as well. So it does restrict it a little bit. Like it might be midnight closure or whatever, but
we can figure it out before midnight. That's fine.
yeah. Well, I was thinking like in Perth, like you can kind of just go anywhere and then you just get an Uber somewhere. Like here, it is. I know people probably because they got to drive and like it's a bit hard sometimes to get around. Because I know, like you see how many cars are left here after a race day because people don't want to drive home.
It's crazy, hey.
So you can't just flick an Uber and I'm home. Like it is a bit difficult, but which you understand.
You run the buses from here as well on Cup Day?
Yeah, just Cup Day, yeah. So I think they're going to Rose, I think. Yeah. We did that last year, I think went all right. Yeah.
Roses, apparently it's the Rose's biggest day.
Is it?
I think that's what Bella was just saying before, that it's a Rose's biggest day of the year is Bunbury Cup Day.
It was, I can't remember if I went last year. We kind of sit around here and have a beer after. And then, I think I might have popped down. I might have gone to Prince or something. But there's people everywhere. Yeah. Well, last year I think we had 7,500 people here. So you think about that, sort of going to the pubs
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, to the pubs down there. So everyone's got to get into somewhere.
Yeah.
So they kind of spread out.
I thought Bunbury Cup was always on like a Tuesday or a Thursday.
Yeah, that was the old sort of. I think it was because they used to split up. So there's like a Bunbury Stakes and Bunbury Cup. So it's obviously called Bunbury Cup. There's actually Bunbury Stakes on the same day, at the moment. But they used to sort of split that up over 2 days.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if it's like Tuesday, Thursday or something like that. Yeah.
I just remember it being like a weekday.
Yep.
And like, because Black Ink used to be a coffee van 100 years ago. Yep. And all morning, you'd be harassed by all the different people when you go to different businesses making coffee. Like, you coming to Bunbury Cup? Coming to Bunbury Cup? In the morning, the answer was no. And by about 10:30, the answer started turning to yes. And by 12 o'clock, I was fucking G'd.
Yeah.
You know? But also, there'd be businesses that you would go to normally and you'd get there and they'd be like, oh, no one's here. Because everyone just took the day off to go to Bunbury Cup.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
well, like, I mean, you can... Even for us, like on Saturday, say it wasn't on a different day, the first race isn't until like 12:30, 1 o'clock. So if you work till lunchtime, you're there, and then there's 8, 9 races after that.
It's the move having it on Saturday.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like we get the one standalone. They call it standalone Saturday.
Yep.
So we only get the one, but it just makes it so much better.
Yep.
Even for us, like if we race on a Sunday, which happens a lot, like. We're out there after last doing stuff because there's track work at 4 a.m. the next morning. So,
of course.
So it's just a non-flow-on effect where Sunday's the only day there's no horses here. So it's 6 days a week. So you kind of get that Sunday just chill out a little bit, which is nice.
Yeah, catch your breath.
Yeah,
unreal. I did have a question about, what was it? Because you have on the day itself, you've also got a bunch of other stuff going on. You've got like fashions on the field.
Yep.
You've also got the whole betting element of it, which obviously is very digital now. Do you still have the area down here where you're actually putting in bets with like real people?
Yeah. So that's my favourite thing to do. Yeah. So normally on a meet we might have 2 or 3, but Cup day there'll be a fair few down there.
Yep.
So they're just next to that Winning Post bar outside.
Yep.
That's a fun bit of it. Like
and they're literal like bookies, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, wild.
So I don't know how it all works. Like I presume they have a license and all that type of stuff. But yeah, like I don't know. I love bringing in cash and then having a bet and then
seeing what happens.
You're either walking home with nothing or
or everything,
or pockets full. Yeah.
So do they have different? Like, will they give you different rates with different bookies? Like,
they'll be pretty similar. Like they're all next to each other. They kind of peek over and have a look. Like if one guy's 10 to 1 and then the other guy's 8, then they might sort of mix in, both be at 9 in 5 minutes time. A lot of them like use laptops, so it's all like digitally done and all that type of stuff. So it does it automatically. Like if someone places a big bet, it'll drop or whatever. But all of them punt themselves. So like, if they might back something, they might have it, a bit, I don't know how they work, maybe a bit shorter in price. So they're not losing out, like sort of thing, you know what I mean? Or and you can back. I mean, these days you can back horses not to win, so they might. It's quite crazy.
There's like your standard bet, and then you've got the bets on bets, and then bets on not performing.
Yeah, so you can like lay a horse. So you might think a $2 favourite won't win, so you can lay that horse and back the rest of the field really, and you'll make money, I guess.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. So how deep can you get into the betting side of it?
Yeah, there's so many different things. Yeah.
I honestly, like, I'm hands off the wheel. I bet enough on running a fucking business from home. Like that's the biggest bet I can imagine. I'm not really familiar with it, but I do know on the day you'll get some mate who's just balls deep in it, and he's like, man, if you've got $20, put it on fucking this horse right now.
Yeah.
Never works, by the way. Never make money.
We've seen it all. I've heard every excuse in the world. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Do you think and look, even if you did, you're probably not going to disclose it on a public platform like this, but do you think there is a certain amount of pre-knowledge that some people have going into these days?
Yeah, I get asked that heaps, but it's never, it's, people know if they have a good horse, and it's, like I say to most people, you kind of listen to the people you trust and stuff. Like I own horses with Michael Lane, so, if he tells me a horse is going to perform or go good, like he thinks it's good, I'll have a bet. Whereas if I get a guy off the street tell me that, good one, mate.
Thanks, John.
So you kind of listen in, but like I've, so many people now, so you hear a new thing every day, like some bloke's telling you something. But there's the good ones you get is like when a horse hasn't raced before. So you get it like we're talking about before, a 2-year-old. Like I've got a good 2-year-old. It's racing here, first race, never been seen before at the track. So, you might have a bigger bet then. But that also always comes with risk of, they might not be ready yet, like that's
might get spooked on the day or whatever.
Yeah, anything can happen. But there's literally you can bet on anything these days. Like.
Yeah. There's Polymarket. You can bet on how many cars are going to go through an intersection.
Yeah, I've been saying that.
What are we doing,
I know. It's even like the footy stuff, you do the same thing. Like you can bet on someone to kick a point rather than a goal. Like it's just got to that point now. Even, racing, you can bet on a horse to win by a certain amount of like meters or margins, and you can bet on a horse to finish top 10, like if there's 16 horses in the field. Like, wow. There's all different same race multi.
Dude, not even the win. It's the fucking win by this much.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
So, like I've had some good pun stories. Like, especially the thoroughbreds is a bit different. Like on the trots and stuff like that, you can, like you see people bet on a trotter to win by like 10 meters or 20 meters and stuff, and they win by 30. Like this is probably more, sort of real, I guess. Yeah.
What's let's go back to the track and the horses itself. So you said this is a 20-meter track?
Yep.
How many starters can you have on a 20-meter track?
So when the inside rail is the one we shift. Yep. So when that's all the way on the inside, it's 16. Okay. And then as it comes in, it sort of gets shorter and shorter. I think when we got it we call it true, so the inside's true. So true 1, 2, and 3 is all, I think, Maxfield 16, and then as you go out 4, 5, 6, 7, they sort of drop to like 12, 10.
Okay.
Depending on the starting positions as well. So some of the starts are quite tight, so you might only be able to fit 10 there, and then the other starts are quite a little bit more room, so you can fit more than the others. So
right. What's your distance of your track?
So it's about 1770. Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah. So
that's huge.
1.7k. Yeah. They range, like they're all surveyed and marked out and stuff. So they're to the meter.
Yeah.
But every track's different shape, different size. Like, yeah.
And what shape is this track?
It's quite like we don't really have very long straights. So the front straight's, I think, 360, 70 meters.
Yep.
And then
that's this here?
Yeah. So this is the winning post here. And then the top of straight's up there. And then that corner there is quite big. So it's 400 to 900 roughly. So that's 500 meters.
Yep.
And then our back straight's only like about 200 meters, quite small.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you've really got like two big sweeping corners connected with like two reasonably small straights.
Small straights, yeah. And then from the winning post after that pretty much is a corner all the way to the 1100,000 sort of start, yeah. So it's kind of like a little egg shape, I reckon that's how you'd say
because you've got like a deep and a narrow corner sort of thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But then there's like, everyone's different. Like some of them have like two long straights and then just two little turns, or, pardon me, or they... or like a perfect circle, or obviously circle, then you got your straight. Like they all could be turns, and everything's different.
Yeah, wow. So you've got 16 horses over 1,770 meters. There's obviously a little bit of like peloton position, I guess you call it, in cycling. It's just, I guess, the same sort of thing. You would have drafting. You've obviously, if the horse is a little bit further out, they're doing more distance.
Yep.
And then I'm guessing, how many laps are they doing?
Well, so it just depends on the start. So like Bunbury Cup's 22,000 metres, so they start from that start up the start of the straight here, do a full lap. Yep. Bunbury Stakes is 1,400 metres, so they're just starting. So we've got chutes. So it's actually not part of the circle. It's an ongoing sort of straight.
It's like a leg off,
It's kind of like a little straight, yeah. So they'll jump out from the back of that chute, enter the track.
Yep.
And then come around. So, obviously, I think tomorrow we've got at 1,100 metre, a couple of 14s, couple of 12s. I don't think there's any sort of long distance ones. And then, a mile start from back here. You got 8 races on the day. They're all different, or, might get 2 of the same, whatever. But just, depending on what it is. They're all run in a program, like, so it gets sent out months in advance, and on this day there's a 1,200 metre race for the 2-year-olds or whatever, you know what I mean? So everyone can book in or look at it early and plan ahead. Yeah.
And will you have like a distance specific trained horse, or will they so a 1,400 metre won't run a 2,200 metre?
Yeah, so like they might run a you might have a stayer, they call them. So your stayers are your 2,000, 2,100. Like when you think of a Melbourne Cup horse that, they're doing 2 laps. So they might, when they start their prep, they might start at 1,600 or a mile and then go up to 1,800, then start running at that distance just to get fitness up. But your sprinters, they don't really, don't really move from like, say, 1,000 to 1,200. That's their sort of group. So they might do it. Yeah.
A sprinter horse sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah, have you heard, there's that one that raced recently in Hong Kong? Did you hear about that at all? See on Facebook? Yeah, so it's won 18 starts in a row at the moment. So
it's won 18 starts in a row.
Yeah, it's like the world's best sprinter at the moment. Like it's breaking track records everywhere.
Dude,
yeah.
what?
So it's crazy. Like it came over and won the Everest in Sydney this year, which is $15 or $20 million, and then now it's back in Hong Kong and just it's winning by like half the straight. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's full of steroids.
Oh yeah. If they have a drug, they can let me know and I'll.
There is obviously things that you can't do with horses that people get caught doing.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm not going to ask you to throw anyone under the bus. That's not the question. More along the lines like, what do you hear of? Like, I know early days were like tasers and shit like this.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's the like getting a horse to do something like a taser, and then there's the performance enhancing element of it where you might give a horse something that it shouldn't have. What have you heard of in that regard?
Oh, well, it's kind of like it's changed massively, like from the years. Like back in the days, you hear stories like the people have been caught, like you say, with those taser things and stuff like that. But like I say, with the track and like the welfare and stuff, like there's so many regulations now. They can't have all these sort of. It's like and a professional athlete can't have all these types of drugs. So you can't really get away with anything now. Like after each race, the winner's drug tested and they take a urine and blood test after.
Of the horse?
Yeah. After it.
And of the jockey?
They probably just get more randomly tested, I think.
Right.
Yeah, more like probably like an athlete would just every now and then.
Yep.
But yeah, every winner. And then like if there's a bit of like a rough result, so a horse that, might have been 100 to 1 or something, run second, then they might just do that as well. Just
we're not saying anything.
Yeah.
But this is weird,
this
right?
could happen, yeah. So, like, it's all hit and miss. But, there's one known at the moment, the one that's been in the paper and that they're like WA's biggest trainers, they got caught with Ritalin, so as guess like Dexies.
Wow.
Yeah, but they haven't, so they're going through court and that now. I actually don't know where it's up to, but it's just whether you've sort of found guilty, I guess. But they're sort of going through that at the moment. But that was sort of just one of those occasions where the horse actually broke down at the races in Kalgoorlie, and then got autopsied, and then they found traces of it in there. So, I'm not going to comment on any because I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't know, but they they're going through that at the moment. So whether it's up to the stewards and Racing WA. They sort of go through that as it's pretty I guess it's pretty legit. They go into court and they're presenting a case.
Dude, if there's this much money involved, it has to.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Well, if if a horse wins a $5 million race and then tests positive to this, then it's the same sort of so much money on the line.
When you say wins a $5 million race, the prize money is $5 million.
Yeah, so it's all like it's not to the winner. So, horse tomorrow the race might be worth 60,000, for example, and then what's the percentage? I think it's like 55% or something. So the winner might get just under 40K. So 38,000, and then that 38,000 sort of split between your owners. So if you own 5% of that horse, then you'll get sort of 5% of that.
Wow.
But they also split it to the trainer and the jockey. So the jockey always gets 5% and the trainer always gets 10. So then you kind of split the rest of the winnings. So
wow. So if you're winning a $5 million, if you're winning a $1 million race and you're getting 5%, that's sick.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
50K for like fucking 47 seconds work.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why there's so much money in it, and it's just there's so much to it that probably people don't know, but it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the thing. You come to race day, usually you're like 50% to blackout drunk before you get to the gate.
Yeah.
And then you see your mates, you do your things. Yeah, I'll fucking have a bet. And it's like, this is a $60,000 race. What's the metric? Who's getting the 60,000 if we win? You know.
Yeah.
So that 60,000 obviously doesn't go directly to the owner, the trainer, whatever, but the 60,000 does go to the horse and then gets divided up between all of the.
Yeah. Well, like I said, so the 60,000's there, but also it's because it's that like 55, 60%, whatever it is, to the winner. The rest of that gets for second, third, fourth, fifth.
So that's a split. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
So if you're going to say like 60,000, and the winner might get the 38 or whatever. And then that other, my math's going to be bad here. Whatever the X amount is, that goes to second. That splits up. So second might get 10,000, third might get
like
8,000.
And then, it breaks down.
Down.
So that's why second place is still happy there. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you can. But that's why it's so important. Like, I mean, it's going to sound stupid, but like, it's backing your horse. If you are heavily like invested in it sometimes, like, you can't really make money out of owning a horse unless it wins a massive race in bloody Hong Kong or something, I've been lucky. We've had a few winners, but I've had money on at the same time. So you kind of win your fixed amount from your winnings, and then obviously you're having bet on as well. So you might win a little bit extra. So it's nice.
And then if you don't win, it's a fucking long drive home.
Wow. I know. That's why. Yeah, you can either have a good day. I've had some terrible days. Like, we've flown to Melbourne for Melbourne Cup. You've done the same thing. Like, you might have a terrible day, and then next minute your holidays costing you $10,000 instead of $8,000. Like,
yeah, dude. Wow.
So it's hard life.
So you said before this horse that's on a streak at the moment came over to Australia. Is international travel for a horse a common thing, or is that like a standout sort of?
Just for the big races, yeah. Your Melbourne Cups, they come from everywhere, UK, France, everywhere. We don't like in Perth. We've got you got your Railway Stakes, Winterbottom, Northerly Stakes, and they got a new one, the Gold Rush, and then the Quokkas, the new one, which is $5 million now. That's in April. So that we'll get horses from over east. Nothing internationally normally,
right?
But they all obviously up in Perth. But then in Melbourne, you got your Everest's and All Star Miles stuff. They're worth $15-20 million. So obviously, if you're in Hong Kong, you're going to come over. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know the costs and stuff of doing it, but
are they flying the horses or driving them?
Yeah, planes. Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
It's pretty it's not. I'm not going to say it's bad on them, but they are enclosed in a box, really. They're fed and watered and stuff. Like, there's people there looking after them on the planes.
Dude, I'm uncomfortable on a plane.
Yeah.
I don't even get a fucking horse on a plane,
But they stand up. Like, their horses, they stand up, 24 hours a day, really. They might lay down for 5 seconds. And
Dude, just for a second, imagine being a horse on a plane.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on, you know?
Yeah, you would know what's happening. Yeah, rock up at daytime and then, land at night. Like, yeah.
Crazy.
But, it's a crazy industry. Like, there's so much to it.
Yeah. Of course. The all of this, obviously, the sort of refurb behind you. You had the stables, which is then moved into that's the winners.
So
behind you?
Like I came here when it was sort of still a bit of a construction site. So I actually had never previously come to Bunbury races. Like never seen it before.
Oh, wow.
So I'd always grown up in Perth. And then, this was sort of all just getting built. Like the stalls and that were already done, so the horses could train.
Yep.
But they were still doing all the offices out the front and that. So I know that area used to be their old like machinery sheds for the workers and stuff like that. And then, so that's now your jocks room, winners bar, where all the stewards do their stuff. There's showers, spas in there. And then just
for the horses or for people?
Nah, for people, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Spas?
Yeah, so they might come in a couple of hours before just to drop weight. So just go in there for a sweat. Okay. Yeah.
I thought you were talking for like people coming to the races.
Yeah.
Fucking hell of a way to watch the races,
we should put
bro.
one over there, like a big pool. They do that like the cricket now. You go to the stadium and just sit in the pool and watch cricket.
Checks out.
Yeah. So they might need
pool watching the fucking cricket is goals.
Be unreal.
That's crazy. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, that's right. They just to lose weight. Like it's either sauna, spa. Yeah, they might need to drop a kilo before the races. So just jump in there. I don't know how long. Might sit in there for an hour and drop a kilo. I don't.
Yeah.
I think we're trying to build a sauna. I don't know what the difference is, like losing weight, saunas, spas, but I think they prefer sitting in a spa. So Yeah, that literally is cranked up to like 40, 41 degrees.
Fuck, just boiling yourself trying to get fucking water out. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've done a couple experiences where I've had to drop weight and doing it in a sauna, and it's literally just going to hell. You know?
Yeah.
It's like sitting there. What am I doing?
Yeah.
I hate my life.
Yeah, even them, like they can't eat, like can't drink, like they might have. It's funny, like they'll have a cup of water, or they might weigh themselves. They're 55 kilos, have a cup of water, and they're like 55.2. Like they're putting on weight from like a cup of water. Like it's crazy. Yeah.
Dude, I've seen blokes where they do the like to trick your brain. They get the water and swish it around their mouth for as long as they can, and they spit it out.
Yeah, okay.
It's like it gives you the sensation of like some sort of satiation of taking in liquids, but you're not
doing it. Yeah,
fucking crazy.
Like, that'd be like UFC fighters and that.
Yeah. Or boxers, whatever.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I couldn't. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big boy, but I couldn't do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, I can barely go fucking 20 minutes without having something to drink.
Yeah.
So the fashions on the field. Do you know much about that?
Oh, that's the girls.
Yeah, it's a total other.
Yeah. Oh, like they do it everywhere. Like it's just, I think it's more to get the girls involved and get dressed up. And
of course, right.
So it's just I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Runs I think you got to nominate, get dressed up, and then kind of. I don't know if we're doing the sort of runway this year. I think we're getting a sort of a stage. And then I think there's voters and stuff, so they're getting people down from Perth and they vote and you win prizes and stuff.
Right.
But Bella said like I think there's like 3-4 grand worth of prizes or something. So if you're a girl and wants to do it, it's probably
I
worth
might give it a shot. We'll see how we go.
Yeah, well they normally do a boys one. Like if you get your 3-piece suit, top hat, you might get a sniff in. But
it's such a interesting like just assumed part of going to the races is getting dressed up.
Yeah.
It's really not something you can. I mean, I know people still do rock up in fucking whatever, but it's part of the thing where if you go into the races, you're like, I got to dig out the pants and button up at least, you know. Yeah,
well, I guess it's still like country racing in a way. So you get the old bloke in there, you know, jeans and button up. But like if you're going to the races, you want to be looking good, I guess. So you're wearing a suit and tie.
Oh, dude, I'm going all out.
Well, people are like in the UK, they're wearing top hats and everything like that. So
ridiculous. Yeah. What are you wearing on race day?
I'll be just in my normal kit, really.
To uniform, hey?
Yeah, I'll just wear like normal race days. I literally wear this.
Yeah.
Cup day, I might just wear pants and polo or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't really have to do a lot on a race day. We just bus ass in the morning, set up, and then once they start, it kind of the stewards and that take over a bit. Like they sort of run it, and it runs itself in a way.
Yeah, of course.
And then I'm not like I'm coming in socialising, drinking, but we're just sort of there if anything does happen. Like anything that anyone needs, or my staff is more out on the track, so we're repairing the track between races and stuff like that. So but we don't really come in and socialise, which is unfortunate sometimes.
Watch someone else have a good time.
That is the worst thing. Like you rarely get to go to the races and enjoy anymore. Like I still go to Perth every now and then. I try and go to over east or something, go to a race meet, but you sort of lose. You really look forward to it, because you're racing so much, you kind of lose that like interest in going all the time. Like,
and also you've seen how the fucking sausage is made. You know, it takes away a bit of the magic. You're like, what sort of length have they got on their track? You know?
That's the first thing you look at, and then you're like, oh, but you still love it. There's no better feeling than having a winner or backing a winner. Like,
of course.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Let's go back right to the start. What's your sort of concern, like your day-to-day? What's the biggest thing that you're not obviously, is it the actual turf itself?
Yeah. Well, I guess tracks and grounds is sort of everything. Yeah, there's the whole area, I guess. So, funnily enough, like most of my time, like is actually the training facilities in a way, because they're training every day. So, if you break down like a full day, I was talking about this to someone the other day, like, there's someone like here probably not 24 hours a day, but there's only a few hours a night where there's not anyone here. So
really,
track work starts at 4, they finish at 8:30, then we come in and work. So we work 8:30, I might finish at 5-6 o'clock, and then I've got someone that comes out soon. He waters the sand track with the water cart, so they're here from 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night till midnight, 12, 1 in the morning. So
and is there a theory to watering it at night?
Just a sand track. It's more like I guess dust suppression, and a lot more tracks are to do with the give. Like you say, if you water the grass, it's a bit of cushion. But we get a lot of sand around this area, so dusty and that, so the horses sort of breathe it in and that. So we wet that every night in summer, and then that, it softens it up, keeps the dust down. Yep. And then we water the rest of them via sprinklers. But yeah, like I said, there's someone here like all the time. Like it's non-stop, really.
Yeah. I guess it's literally a living thing that you've got to maintain.
Yeah. And every job's like golf courses, they do all the same thing. Like it's probably pretty, what's the word for it? It's not really rewarding. Like I guess, like you're doing so many hours for, and then the next day someone's ripping your head off because the track's too hard or the track's too soft, or in that way. But I think you just do it for love. Like even the boys that work with me, we don't get paid the best, but they do it because they love it. Like that's the main thing.
Yeah, that's unreal. I can imagine it would be one of those things as well that the more you do it, the more connected you are to it, and the more you sort of like feel the job rather than do the job. Yeah,
like you do. Like in terms of the track itself, like I might spend, I don't know, 5-6 hours on it a week. Like myself, like the boys obviously mow it, we fertilise it, spray it, whatever, do other things to it. But in terms of me, like, the rest of the time you're doing something else. Like there's so much more to it than just the grass and the track. So that's obviously the most important thing. That's the money maker. That's the stand, holds the most regard. But there's so much else around here that we have to do every day. So it's good. Yeah. Keeps you busy anyway. But
dude, I've got a workshop that might be, I mean, not much bigger than this like little area here. And I got like a printer and I got a couple of shelves and some benches and like a couple of heat press, bit of equipment and that. And there's two of us that just operate that like 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. And there's fucking always something to be done. If you're done at 3 o'clock, I can find you 2 hours of work just fixing little things. I can't imagine something this size, your irrigation, like keeping things aesthetically pleasing, the bloody lighting, the just keeping things clean, Yeah,
it's a bit dirty at the moment, but we'll clean it up tomorrow. There's so much to it. Like I could put the sprinklers on in 10 minutes time when we've done, and then, one might blow, like I might get a burst, or I'm fixing that till midnight tonight. Like there's so many things. Like it's it's relentless and endless, I guess. Yeah.
Just I was thinking before when you said, say you got a $60,000 race, where does the 60 grand come from?
Oh, mainly racing WA. It's all funded through that. That's probably a good question. I actually don't know. I presume Racing WA, it's all coming from them.
It's coming from like memberships or
their media and sponsors and the. It's a good
interesting.
Question.
That's another big part of it. Obviously, I was asking before as well. What are these signs worth? Because you've also got, like, looking a bit more into the business aspect of what the Bunbury Cup is. You've got everyone who's sponsored to put their name up.
Yeah.
You've got all the wristbands that you've got for all the different areas. You've obviously got the bar sales. You've got, I'm guessing, the bookies pay to be here as well. That's another thing.
You would take a cut of it, yeah.
Like the amount of, that's what I was saying before, like the amount of like economy there is in this thing is fucking crazy.
Well, it's just so dependent on like, as well, how many people we get here. Like, like you build a tent for X amount and then you might only sell half the tickets. Well, then you're making no money off it. Like the club, it's its own self. So the club has to make money to keep running. So
and you only get like limited opportunities to make that money. Like a Bunbury Cup is once a year.
Yeah, exactly.
So you sort of have to make heaps of money. Otherwise, what are we doing?
Yeah, what are we doing? Yeah. So we have other meets during the year, not even close to the size, but you kind of make your money where you can, I guess. Yeah.
Interesting. How many decent sized days a year would you say are held here?
We race 24 times a year. So Bunbury Cup's our last one for the season. Then we get about 11 to 12 weeks off, and we start again in June. So
okay.
Yeah, so the first meeting backs normally, or one of the first meeting backs is Southwest Cup. It's not a massive day. It's the middle of winter, and people are miserable.
People aren't keen to come out. And
so that summer, I think you're just got to make do with the summer period. So we race normally 3 or 4 times in January, December and February. Australia Day is a big one.
Really?
We probably didn't have a massive crowd this year.
I've never heard of racing in Australia. That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's a good day. Like, I mean, I don't think there's much else really to do in Bunbury, like in terms of Yeah, I know. You might go by swim by the pool and have
our Australia Day's locked in, definitely camping.
Yeah.
It's always the same spot every year, big group goes.
Yeah, yeah.
So, unless you have something like that, there's fuck all happening.
There's not much to do down here. Like, you go to fireworks at night if you're a parent or whatever, but during the day, you sit by a pool and drink piss, or you can come to the races. So, Australia Day, just trying to think off the top of my head. We've got one, just after Christmas, which is normally busy, between the New Year and that. Most tracks have, we don't get the Boxing Day, the New Year's Eve sort of stuff like that, which is a good thing. It's a good thing for me.
For sure, yeah, you get your holidays.
But, they're good days to have it on. So,
I guess you're just going for when people are off and looking for something to do.
Yeah. But most of our, the country tracks, you're racing on a Sunday or a Thursday normally. So, the Sundays, obviously, people aren't doing stuff, so we get decent crowds throughout the summer.
Yep. And do you get crowds here on a Thursday?
Yeah, you get a few. I'm talking a few hundred people or whatever. Yep. So, but then you might get the owners come down. If a lot of older people, the members are always here. They're always sitting inside and doing their thing. So, but in terms of just general public, a few hundred here and there. So, but then you're talking 7,500 Bunbury Cup, couple of thousands Australia Day, and then we've got family days and stuff. So you get a couple of thousand those days. So.
Man, 7,500 people is fucking crazy the more I think about it.
Last year was, you couldn't move. And that's the biggest thing I always say to my mates, and that is we have the tents and stuff for a reason. So we want them to sell out. Obviously you pay more, but you get free drinks. There's no lines, there's no queues. You get your own toilets, you get your own TVs, machines. So I think last year we didn't sell as many down there, but everyone was up here in GA. So, you're lining up for drinks, lining up for the toilet.
Can you pay to get in on the day in those areas?
I think if you've got some left, I wouldn't see why not. Yeah.
Because I know, it's sort of when you're at a festival and it's 8 o'clock and you're really cold and the hoodie's sold out 4 hours ago, and you're looking at a bloke in a GTM hoodie, you're like, I'll give you $400 for that right now.
Yeah, you probably could.
Dude, that's what it feels like when you're looking at people over the fence. You're like, fucking, how'd you get in there? You know?
Yeah. Well, everyone does a good job advertising and all that. I've sailed. Even if I go to a race meet somewhere else, I always buy a tent ticket. No matter what. You go to Melbourne Cup Day, you're with 100,000 people, 90,000 people.
Dude.
It takes you half an hour to get a drink, then you're half an hour to go to the toilet, and then
spend the money.
Yeah.
And also, I'm pretty sure it's $200 or $300 ish.
That one's 270, I think. Yeah,
270. Yeah. So let's round numbers. If you're going to get 10 drinks, you're there already.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
You know,
and then you get the food. You own toilets. You're not lining up. You get your own little space. You've probably got a screen right above you. If you want to watch, and you can walk out, watch it live. Yeah.
Yep.
There's a DJ in there. There's
unreal.
It's seriously,
isn't that who is it this year? It's
I don't know who.
Boston Switch.
Is it? Yeah.
I think Boston Switch is a DJ, which is fucking cool.
Yeah. Well, everyone's sort of after last. Last year we had it just over there, but I'll actually speak to him where we're gonna, because everyone migrates to one spot really, and then this party goes on for a couple of hours, and then
So interesting how you can do all the planning you want. Even it's sort of back in the day, you go to a house party and there'd be the cool spot that everyone's hanging out in. It's I feel even in a situation like this, you can do everything you want, but there will always just for some reason people do migrate to that one area. You're okay, it's here. Cool, I'll go hang out there.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, we try and put the DJ in a good spot where everyone can go, and then but then whatever happens throughout the day, then everyone migrates somewhere. So
what's the demo like? Is it still? My most experience has been probably between 21 and 25 coming to the races.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got that older demo as well that have been coming to the races forever.
Yep.
What would you say is your average person who comes to the gate?
Oh, it's getting younger. Every year, they talk about all the time that it's a new it's almost like a new generation coming through that love going to the races. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the age demographic, I'm not going to say their members are old, but there might be a 60, 70-year-old that comes all the time. They just come every meeting. They're there all the time. But then, the 18-year-olds come through the door all the time. So the age gap I see a lot of is probably, 25 to 35. They love it. But it's honestly the parents and kids, like the family days, like the older guys, the dads, they love
true.
it. Yeah, they love coming. So, and I think so many people now invested. You know, you might have a 1% share in a horse or something. It might cost you $20 a month or something, but everyone's like, I feel like there's a lot of people invested in it like a little bit. So
interesting.
Yeah,
dude, I feel like might just be my experience, but like that was always the craziest investment to have was like, yeah, I got to fucking own a bit of a horse, you know, a bit of a big time. And it's like, has your horse ever performed? Like, nah, but it will one day, you know.
Yeah, well, I did that when I left school. I bought one, and then I had like 1%, so it was costing me. I think I paid. What did we buy it for? I think we bought it for $25,000. So yeah, paid bugger all for it. My fees were like $20, $25 a month. It won like 4 or 5 races, but like when you get the pay slip, like check back, it's like, oh, you won $50.
Yeah. So far, I'm down 4,300 on this horse.
yeah, and then I've backed it. I've lost $10,000 back in it. So, but yeah, like it's more a social thing than anything.
Yeah, of course.
So like even if you do own 1%, you've 10 of your mates come with you to the race, and then your name's in the book, and you get in the photo, and
it's cool.
You get to sit in the owner's bar for half an hour for the race and free piss, and
wow,
yeah, it's good. It brings people together. I think like that's probably the main thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, do you know? Bella did say before, but I've taken on too much information. How many like positions are left for a bit more exclusive area? Do you know?
I think there wasn't many left down the end. Everything else is pretty much sold out. So it's really only GA and I think the N10, which I think the capacity was maybe 800, but I know we will get like close to 700 or something. So,
and I think if you go over 700, then you got to talk about more staff and it.
Well, I think also you're probably going to make it bigger. Like I guess the square meterage of people in that area. I haven't looked at it. We had a committee meeting last week. I know we were only at like 550, 600. So we've probably sold heaps this week, and then you normally sell a lot late. So
yeah, of course.
There wouldn't be many left, honestly. Like everything else in here is sold out. So
usually it would move as chunks at a time because you'd have the friends group going like, yeah, we will do that. And it's not one ticket, it's like 10.
Yeah. Like I think last year that was probably the biggest downfall down there. We had like a booking for 100 people, and they pulled out like a couple of days before. So I don't actually know who it was or what happened with that, but
anyway.
You lose 100 people out of there, and it's like a massive difference. You go from 550 to 450. So
yeah, that is huge.
So like as long as that's like packed, like you just want to keep people sort of away from this area a little bit, because otherwise you can't move sometimes. We want everyone to have fun, but like it is quite a small area for the amount of people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What's where do they go to get the tickets if they want?
So it should still be on the website on Instagram, Facebook, everything. And then like on the day you can obviously still buy at the gate. So you can still buy when you get here. I think JA this year might be only $30 or so. Yeah,
so
unreal. It's still good.
Yeah, for a day out.
Yeah. It's awesome.
So good. And gates open at 11.
Yeah.
First race is at about 12:30.
Yeah, it just depends how many we get. Normally there's 8 or 9 on Cup day, so it should be probably 12:30. No, it wouldn't be any later than 1 o'clock. So
yeah, and it runs till about 7-ish, 6 or 7.
Yeah, so last race normally it's depending on the season. So at the moment it's normally been around 5:30, 5:45 with the lighting. So last race might be around then, and then we open. I think we're open up for an hour and a half, 2 hours after the last. Yeah, I know there's like liquor license and all that, so I think it might be an hour and a half after. Yeah, and then the DJ will come in and all that. So
beautiful.
And then your buses run to the roads and into town and that. So
shoo everyone out and let them deal with it.
Yeah, well then clean up is a mess, so they just get them out of here.
And any hot tips?
Anyone
that you're excited about this year?
My best mate, his horse is running not in the Cup, in the stakes.
Yep.
So they're coming down. It's called Elite Missile.
Elite Missile.
It's a good name. So they're going to come down. It should have won the Pinjarra Classic I shouldn't say shouldn't. I probably should have won. Like it was a good run.
Yep.
That was on Saturday, and then. So the Pinjarra Classic's like a lead up to the Bunbury Stakes. So Pinjarra Classic's 2 weeks before. So that's running the Bunbury Stakes. I actually haven't heard. It's probably a little bit early for the Cup because, or it's a bit early for everything because nominations aren't really out yet. So, but I haven't heard much actually.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's just throw a dart at the board and put money on that one at this
pick
point.
Your favourite number. Yeah.
Fucking oath. All right. So Saturday the 7th, starting at 11 a.m. That's a Saturday. This Saturday when this is posted, come down. If you see me here, no, you didn't. Be good to your mum because we are out.